This stuff with Captain Cook monuments drives me nuts. There's two of them have been cut down in Melbourne, but this one's on Bruny Island. Now, there's been consultation from the public that's favoured its permanent removal. Comes as one of those three toppled Captain Cook statues I mentioned in Melbourne is going to be reinstated, but the others will never go back. I mean, this is just a pathetic rewriting of our history, surely.
Oh, they don't do enough consultation, Steve, and it's absolutely disgraceful to permanently remove this. I mean, it's documented in Captain Cook's diaries about there was no violence, there was no exactly what he did in his visit in Tasmania. It's absolutely disgraceful. It is time. It has to stop. It absolutely has to stop. Everyone's sick of it, and don't, as you said, try and rewrite our history.
Joe, I mean, statues, we can't erase history, can we?
This sort of stuff is just absolutely mind-numbingly stupid. It's done by people who clearly have little or no understanding of the actual history. It removes a critical part of our history and therefore ends up whitewashing the very crimes or the dark stains or whatever it is that they seem so alarmed about. So they're actually going through and erasing these things that they are attempting to highlight. And it just begs the question, well, where do you stop? I mean, Captain Cook was a self-made man. He was a self-taught man of science. He was a man of incredible capabilities who was on his voyage to Australia largely to chart the transit of Venus to get a more accurate impression of the globe. He was an Enlightenment figure. And again, if you're going to tear down Captain Cook because of something that people decades after him did, I mean, where do you stop? Do you not go to Paris because it was built by Napoleon? Do you not go to, do you tear down Oliver Cromwell and Winston Churchill outside the front of the British Parliament? There are people who are called for the tearing down of the statue of Mahatma Gandhi because he didn't stand up enough for black South Africans during his time there. Abraham Lincoln. I mean, the list could go on forever. There'll be no historical figures left.
I think the Liberals have to take a stance. They can't just sit back and be non-committal. I think they've really got to show they're brave and have a say on this and demand that statue be returned.
100%, Teena. I mean, you might remember, by the way, when I was on radio in Sydney, I spent ages trying to get rid of Lord Mayor Clover Moore out of that job with no success whatsoever. I ranted about her day after day after day. She's still there. Isn't it time we had a change?
Oh, Steve, you were magnificent. I remember those radio days well. You were just tremendous. Yeah, it's time for her to go. She's 78. She's been in public life for 100 years. Move on. She's absolutely destroyed the city of Sydney with bike lanes and all sorts of crazy things she's done. Clover, go with dignity. Retire gracefully.
You agree, Joe?
Yeah, it's weird. Clover Moore just seems to be baked into the city of Sydney, like negative gearing to Australian householders.
Say yes or say no.
Yes, she should go, and Linda Scott should take her spot.
Yes or no?
She should go, and Linda Scott should take her spot. Linda Scott, great Labor councillor.
Well done. Joe Hildebrand, Teena McQueen, great to have you on with the panel. Thank you very much.